Hello, everyone. It's July 24th, 1942, and I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm not sure. I have some bombing, I think some night and day bombing in Australia. Let's see if we pull it off. And as usual, I'm nervous even when he's firing at my ASW ships because he has been successful at that. So I don't like it when he fires torpedoes at me simply because I assume they're gonna hit and succeed. Okay, so in patrolling here, all we've accomplished is running out of ammunition. However, it's possible the I-30 is going to have to go back too. I don't know how many torpedoes it has left. I haven't done an analysis here in depth, of course, but here he's fired six. I don't know how many he's fired in the past and how little he has left. And it appears my bombers are getting lost in the night. Okay, good. We're able to get in to the airfield, but maybe it's the heavy rain, maybe it's the moon. 92% moonlight. It could just be that we're doing a night raid. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be successful. I will say we have more things. We have better sweeps this time around. Well, so we hit the runway, but we don't hit any aircraft on the ground. It would be nice, but it is what it is. Can't be picky here. It doesn't mean I don't want to be picky, right? But I guess our bombers are persistent. All right, Dilly is getting bombarded by destroyers. Yeah, that's a pretty effective hit. Oh man, just west of Johnston here. I I had my DMSs come out a little bit further because he's using that positioning to keep an eye on my base, and I don't know. I don't feel like having my neighbor spying on me, so we're gonna try to chase him away. Of course, it's daytime now, and we've jumped into the air operations segment, and this is where I have some sweeps going to Cooktown. I have a lot of things happening. I did opt to do the sweep, and look at that, sneaky. So this time we sent in a little extra. I did both. Okay, so I did both sweep, Cooktown, and long range cap our troops. We'll see how that plays out this turn. That was very sneaky of him to basically get out of there. All right. And this bombing was pretty effective. Yeah, he's doing a ground attack. Really, those troops won't last much longer. All right, this is exactly what I expected, okay? I don't know if his sweep is still to come, but we, this is exactly what I expected, so this, cap trap actually was effective. Um, all right, yeah. Although these guys, all these guys, including maybe the guys who swept up here, will have to have a breather. But yeah, this is clear terrain. I think he was trying to take advantage that I'd be in the clear terrain and he could bomb us. Um, all right, let's uh, let's see if we can shoot down a couple more, and then I'm gonna knock this through. All right, we got up several. Let's see. Ooh, we basically shot them all down. I don't know if that means 100% because I don't know if there's fog of war when you destroy an aircraft. In other words, if it says destroyed, but it really flies back, because I don't know. Anyway, the fact is he had nothing left to actually bomb. Okay, good. We're able to get in here. I doubt anything will come of it because these are small, nimble ships. Um, but let's see what we can get out of this. I believe these are flying in real low. We actually lose one of these Hudson threes. Okay, it wasn't worth losing an aircraft and possibly a pilot or a crew, but unless it makes deters him in some other way. All right, this is bombing the port supposedly, but we just get one port hit and no damage to any ships in dock. Now, it could be he doesn't have any ships in dock. It could be our recon was not. Ooh, we get it. Oh, nice. We get nice 500-pound bomb. Fuel tanks hit. Okay. This might be okay, and AV was hit. All right. So this was successful. This AKE might have minimal damage. This, though, well, this may also be minimal. I mean, anyway, um, that was a successful raid. Now we do have more bombers coming, unless I'm mistaken. Yep, and it is also raining, so there's that. But this AV will probably sink. We hit it again. 500-pound bomb. Now it's heavy fires, heavy damage. Yeah, we're hitting that AKE again. All right, so the AO that we were told was parked here was probably the AV. Both of these ships will probably sink. That that may require him to remove his uh, float planes here, unless he has some ground aviation support. That that's pretty effective because it means we can um, it means that we can get around down here in the South Pacific without him knowing where we're at. Okay, now we're bombing also his air base here at Cooktown. I have some thoughts about this. We saw 40 aircraft were stationed here. Is it possible that's what our recon told us? And then this turn, without fresh recon, we assumed there was still fighters there, but he had removed them. I just, I don't know. There's no telling. But anyway, we're certainly damaging the base. Idea, I guess, is to deter him from using it again because we had let him repair it too quickly, too effectively. I'm hoping. Oh, come on. I'm hoping we can. I'm hoping we deterred him bombing our troops in Australia long enough for me to get my tanks where I need them to go. All right. So let's see here. Bombardment at Wenchao. Bombardment here in okay, China. More China. Just the usual. All right, Tungu, he took a little bit of damage there. Rangoon. Wow, look at this 947 to 947. Yeah, I didn't think he was just going to do another bombardment. Yeah, he took. We surrender. You can have it. We're done. Wow, look at this. Fatigue. They're just saying, okay, we're done. But we lose a ton of troops, which is unfortunate. This is going to bump his score up by quite a bit. Um, but what are you going to do, right? Okay. Yeah. Also, that capture of Dilly is going to allow him to move those forces and use them somewhere else. Bamo, Madras. Okay, Madras, port size 8. That's nice. Dunedin, port size 5. I think that's New Zealand. um, I'm gonna pull up the stats real briefly between these two turns. I think I want to see how badly we mauled his sallies. All right, you can see here at Cooktown. Yesterday, our recons had told us there were some fighters here. He pulled them out before we did this bombing campaign, but we only damaged the airfield, even with all those bombers coming over, 36 damage. Um, we're in here. I'm going to take a second to show you that we're going to assault this like shock attack. We're just going to go all in. Anyway, mainly I came here to because this represents where his bombers flew, I believe, from Port Moresby to try to hit us here, and we destroyed him because that would have knocked us out of move mode. And then we bombed the port here, which a new recon in other words, this upcoming turn, we'll be able to see what he's got here and if these ships are gone or not, and also if he removes his um, search aircraft. Okay, let's take a look at the damage. So we lost 6, he lost 27. And if you remember yesterday, we lost a lot compared to him, but we flipped the script again because he didn't have any fighters to counter or escort. Um, and it looks like here 31 Sallies. That seems way okay. That is way high. That's why. We only destroyed 27 total. Let's go back again. See this 25? So that 31 should be 25. Basically, all the Sallies that came to bomb our troops were shot down. I don't know how many crew he lost out of that, if all 25 or not. But that's got to be devastating. I don't know how easy or hard it'll be to pick that up, to recover from that. We did lose some Hudsons, a couple over bombing by Timor, bombing his ships. We lost, let's see, he lost an Oscar and a Babs to Ops. We did lose a Seagull. Need to look on that because I like to keep my Seagulls stocked up in my Seagulls stocked up on my cruisers and whatnot. And then Kitty Hawk, we're away in Kitty Hawk, DC-3 to Ops. Okay. Again, that was pretty devastating turn for him. Let's see. Ships lost. Okay. We don't know that we sank either the ammunition ship or the, what is it? Anyway, the AV here. But it's I don't know. He may leave it here because there's no sense in moving it and it sinks on the way. He may leave it here, so it's likely that we're going to have to just do another port strike, and he may cap it. I don't know, but our B-17s should be able to get through. But anyway, just wanted to get those stats in there, and we're on to the 25th. Okay, July 25, here we are. Oh, see if any of our night bombing raids go. We got a couple of day bombing raids, mostly Australia, I reckon. See what happens. Okay. Okay, that was expected. Not the encounter per se, but the dud. And this time our Mark 14 hits, heavy damage. Not sure if it'll sink though, but yeah. What are you gonna do? Alright, so the S-30, S-45, and the S-37 stick their head up to see if they can shoot at something. Neither one of them get anything off. Well, no, sorry. The S-45 missed. DMS, the Destroyer Minesweeper, and the S-37 did nothing except for dive back down, avoiding charges, and we're moving on. Okay, and as partly expected, we're having some straying issues. Now, the moonlight's 92%, but I mean, that's still not real bright if you think about it. Like we get some bombs off here at Cooktown, one runway hit anyway. Blenheim's on Mandalay. Runway hits anyway. Got some more runway hits here. Okay. All Alright, not too bad. Alright, we do have a couple of our P-40s damaged. I'm thinking he doesn't have any aircraft here. After 2 days of night bombing here. Damaging his supply at the base here, though. And there's a shock attack forming right there when we get to land phase. Alright, we're damaging these Sallies. He's probably going to have to go back and... I mean, he may even have some ops losses. I don't know. I'm surprised this many bombers got in because it seems like I had a problem with straying, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. Okay, yeah, these destroyers came in. I guess they might have been the same destroyers here during the day, and they shoot at our base, Kupang, at night. Alright, Nell's hitting Kupang here. And I don't know if he's going to attack this turn with the bombardment and the bombing, but we'll see. Okay, beating up the airbase plus some supply. I'm gonna have to start bombing the troops here soon because if I'm gonna do an attack here, I'm gonna need it to be clear, or I'm gonna need his troops to be damaged. Okay, we damage we destroy a Mavis on the ground. And several supply hits that beat up the base a bit. That was a good bombing raid. I'm not sure if we destroyed those ships in port, but I decided this turn to hit the air base instead of the port again. Because that way it's just harder for him to put aircraft here. All right, PM. All right, we got these poor troops here. can't find their way out. I wonder how close they are. I should have been checking on them. If I remember to, I'll do that in the after action also. Kind of update everyone who's been tracking the campaign in case anybody's interested, of course. All right. Gudgeon gets nowhere with a patrol boat, and they're detonating above the sub. I'm gonna push through that. I hear a sinking sound. That could be this cargo ship that's here, that we hit somewhere in this area by, anyway, in the Yellow Sea maybe, or East China Sea. Bombardment went out. All right. All right. Just looking here. Tank Regiment and Recon Regiment. Hmm. I don't know that we could stand up to an attack from that, but we'll see. All right. Destroyed another gun. 4 disabled. Okay, just a bombardment here at Kapong. It could be, I don't know. Anything I have to say right now is conjecture, but it could be he's bringing reinforcements before he does an attack there. Who knows? Mhm. All right. Okay, so this is our shock attack. We've got 4 armored units basically hitting his naval guard unit. Looks like we shredded it pretty good. 26 to 1. Wow. Okay, supply. Wow, he's having supply issues and he hasn't withdrawn? I'm shocked. Um, so yeah, that's impressive. Let's see. We lost nothing. No tank, no infantry, nothing. I actually wasn't sure if I should have done shock because of the terrain, and I had no idea that this was a weakened unit. We shredded a lot of these devices, and he retreated. But I'm also shocked at the supply. Um, that's interesting. All right, and we're bombarding a reply at Batavia. And also Rangoon. Mara's up. And of course I don't know how to pronounce that. Could be different. Townsville, fortifications, Landshaw. So basically three bases bumped up fortification levels. Until we've pushed him back quite a bit, I'm not considering Australia to be immune from another invasion or attack somewhere. It may be highly unlikely, and certainly I think we have the defenses for it in most places, but that doesn't mean he won't try. So I don't feel like I can leave any of these bases. Um, okay. All right. We have decent recon here, detection 9 of 10, and I don't see any port icon. I don't know if if he scuttled those ships, if he got them out, no idea. But if we had bombed here, it wouldn't have made a difference because, I mean, the port, because he would have already either scuttled them or pulled them out before our air operations. Now you can see here we've pretty badly damaged the airfield and the port. I may let since we had some successful raids, I may let these bombers rest because you can see their fatigue is quite high. Well, the pilot's fatigue is, anyways. So we'll probably do that. We got some B-24s that are in the process of being maintained, so we can get them going here soon. I'm gonna just do this real fast because set all. I don't think I have any other bombers to be honest with you. But anyway, this is our last B-17D squadron, so that's pretty interesting. But I want to keep that suppressed, but also start bombing in Denny because that's next on my agenda. All right, let's have a look. I don't know that there's anything important to show, but we did have 6 ops losses. We destroyed 2 aircraft on the field and 1 ops loss for the Japanese. So 2-1 loss in their favor. Okay. Wow, 3 C-47 Skytrains. I'm bleeding these guys way faster than I'm building them. We did destroy, after all, 2 Mavises at Tulagi. 1 Glen over in ops, and we did lose our own recon here, most likely up here somewhere. Well, it's in ops, so PBY and a Blenheim. Yeah, that wasn't the best turn. We did lose a pilot as well, but I'm glad we didn't lose any B-17s or anything. Ship sunk. Last turn, last month. I want to look at this real quick, see if that. So, okay, so we're not seeing anything related to the ships that were here. It could be they're sunk and they're not reporting it. It could be a lot of reasons. Maybe they did survive, but we're moving on here. I'm getting carried away here. Our armor obliterated that guard unit. I believe we're gonna wait for the rest of the troops. Now these tanks should not be spotted because we got in here. I mean, unless he has recon somewhere, because we got in here and beat his infantry back. So I mean, there's a remote possibility he knows they're here, but otherwise, I think we're okay. We're going to drive up here and take that, and um, our infantry division should be in the area. Okay, good. We can get this guy going, heading up this direction as well. Okay. That's going to take a lot longer. It's obviously slower and whatnot. These recon vehicles should be able to get up here quickly as well. So we'll end up with 3 armored units in this vicinity with half the strength that he has down here. But without supply, this may not be that challenging. We'll find out. Still not sure. I don't know. How did he bring a bunch of air units if he has low or no supply? Which may be why he pulled them out. Anyway, I just want to see. All right, so we're gonna be in this hex this turn. Then we can just push the whole first Australian Corps, which for some reason is running low on supplies. But we can have this first Australian Corps push into Cooktown, the whole Corps, and including these tanks that have dropped off, and hit this. And yeah, we have our own 48,000, and I think we should do okay. The terrain is only ×2, which still is more than 0. I mean, more than clear. But if he's having trouble with supplies, I think it should be somewhat doable. Again, we have air superiority. That I'm seeing how much of a huge difference air superiority can make. Right here on Java is one example, although he hasn't put me to the test as much as I thought he might. But like once he started getting, we could hold and hit him in different areas. But once he pushed in and took some of these bases and brought air units, literally our bombers were 100% useless. Um, and we took on a bombardment here as well as in Timor, just down here. He hasn't necessarily pulled the trigger on any official attacks yet there. Um, and then up here, Burma, we'll jump up here and just say we got a bombardment back and forth here. We're holding here, and he's not moving here. Look, this will be nice. It's halfway almost, and we'll be able to start really getting our air units going here. Um, and I'll probably hold off on switching these to P40s until this air base, or essentially, well, air task force gets into this hex. Um, Yeah, this got an upgrade to the fortifications. We'll keep going because I right now I don't know what he's coming with, but like I've said earlier in other videos, I do plan to reinforce this, get the British Second Division, and start heading out. But for now, we're just gonna wait and see. I just don't want to take any chances and be caught with my pants down. This is still being built. We need to get to level 2 because, like I say, I think that'll allow us to start doing those sweeps. um, in the meantime, that's holding. Things are encouraging there. Just to point out, we got the 4th British Brigade. That's from the 2nd Division. The 5th British Brigade. That's also from the 2nd Division. And the rest of the 6th is on its way. Let's see. And we got the other element. Basically, this is the last of the 2nd Division. Once we get it all into Lashio, we can start pushing down and seeing what we can do with it. All right. Uh, and I don't want to have my own challenges. So what I may do is like grab this reconnaissance regiment. The idea would be to push back down here and see if we can rescue this 7th Armored Brigade. Because if we can rescue the 7th Armored Brigade, that would give us some maneuverability, and we could play around with what he's doing and mess with him and try to get initiative back in Burma. And China's you know it's its own challenge. And I don't know what to expect. We don't have recon aircraft in the area. Well, I guess I could use bombers, but we're not flying recon missions. My best guess would be this is moving down here, and this is moving up here, chasing us around the map. We chased him into this hex. Let's back again. And as soon as this battle's over, um, I guess my plan would be to send the cavalry ahead and maybe come down to Pauto, but he may have it one of these two bases, see if he's left it ungarrisoned. If not, then we'll take it. Or if he has, okay. If it's empty, we'll take it and get in behind these guys. If it's not empty, basically the idea is we'll get down here as far as we can, try to disrupt his supply flow up to these advanced units. Because if we can disrupt this supply, he'll have to withdraw. All right. It's not much. We have a few operations that are progressing. You can see here, this is the Ninth Marine Regiment heading to Pago Pago. We're going to start bringing guys here that are going to be launching to Baker. And then, so they're staging there at Pago Pago. Meanwhile, we have the troops that are going to attack Indeni staging here. Um, I, I think I'm not going to do this attack till I have my carriers ready. It's not too far away, honestly. So next is to get some ships, get as many transport ships as I can in this area. We have between APs and AKs. Look at the list. It's not bad. Um, and we got more coming. Uh, I think. And we have these APDs. I could bring them up, and I should. Let's see. That's heading to Pago Pago. This is coming up here, and we're bringing nothing. These are just ships that were used to bring the 40th Infantry to Australia. And we're going to use these ships, make a sizable amphibious invasion fleet. We have two carriers that are finishing up upgrading 4 days. When these are done, it'll, like I say, 4 days. When these are done, we'll form up the carrier divisions. We'll come up and station, I don't know, somewhere like maybe right here. That's six. Uh, maybe maybe even here. Because then they can fly. Well, I'll have to look at the range of my fighters because that's the main thing. The fighters are going to fly cap over my transports, and I don't want to be too close to these subs. They do have aircraft that are constantly flying around spotting. Um, so the key would be to be off a bit. But again, it depends on. I guess we have mostly F4 F4s, maybe all F4 F4s. So let's just take a look at what that might mean. Five five normal radius. Okay, which I think that's my thinking, not to go above five. So one, two, three, four, five. Maybe right here. Vanua lava. Park here and just fly cap. Um, I don't think my fighters here are any longer range than that, but I mean that's six, but not seven. Well, and no. Okay, none of these use drop tanks. Okay. All right, no P-38s yet. um, I don't think this could make it anyway. With drop tanks, I think with drop tanks it just goes up to yeah. So that still wouldn't make it. Anyway, the best we can do now at this point is get our carriers here. We're too close. My point is, though, we're too close to his bases up here to say, oh, we'll just because also he's flying. Um, what do I want to say? He's flying, I think, anyway. Although it says 2 auxiliary, it could be that he's gotten out any undamaged aircraft. But anyway, um, if he's flying still search, he's going to spot these. He may even bomb them with what he has here. Honestly, I just don't want to take a chance, and I'd like to have just some fighter cover. Long range cap just parked right over here. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. I'm gonna wrap it up here, but that's my plan. Get 5 carriers up here and really cap the area. Maybe even get a little closer because that way our pilots aren't too fatigued or aircraft. And then the Enterprise is chugging along, making decent time, slowly but surely heading towards San Diego, where it will get repaired and be able to come back to the South Pacific for some more action. But thanks for joining me, guys. This is a long trek. Real quick, 120. That's 20 days, roughly, that it's away from the base. 20 days. Ooh, that's... Well, it still needs to be repaired, so that's going to take time anyway. This is like the Saratoga, where it's going to spend a few months out of the war. But it is what it is. We did a semi-successful raid. It was worth it. Hopefully we can get the Enterprise back sooner than I think, and then get back into action. Well, we'll talk to you next time when we discuss July 26th turn resolution and see what we've got going then. In the meantime, take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.